It's the 2K Sport.
넌 가십 소문을 말해. 난 현실.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the performance of the Star-Spangled Banner by and with.
Well, guys, when DeMar DeRozan...
And DeRozan is so important to this Raptors team, DA. I'm sure they're glad he's sticking around for the long haul.
Ready to go?
And the Timberwolves, a team that is evolving how you imagine they would with Tibbs running things here. Deliberate approach on both ends of the floor. It really looks... looking to dominate the rebounding margins.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So the Raptors 5 right now. The talented Lowry and DeRozan pair in the backcourt. Ibaka is the 4 and Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Miles in at the 3 set. Towns with it. Just 5 to shoot. From the line. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Boy, he loves that mid-range jumper. Just fails to create enough room to operate.
And the basket by DeRozan.
Look at the focus in DeRozan's eyes on that shot. A guy right in his face, but he had no problem finishing it.
Teague against Lowry. And Teague, here we go. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. A player who measures his impact, Greg, on the game at the defensive end, the 7-footer Andrew Bogut.
Yeah, and it's interesting. He said he was a horrible defender at the University of Utah. Soaked up the game from the great defenders in the NBA. Learning defensive 3 seconds, when to go, when not to. He's a master now.
Valanciunas inside. Bogut on him. Miles dishes to Lowry. Launches it. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Teague with the ball. And Butler gets it to go on the assist by Teague.
And Teague knew that he would be open there. Great patience and vision from the point man.
So it's Toronto now. Now here's Lowry. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. That one is on Towns.
Yeah, the defender all over.
The Raptors shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And as a team, excellent a season ago. About 80% when they got to the line.
You know, Steve, he may not have come into the league as a big-time three-point shooter, but Kyle Lowry has made that a big part of his offensive game.
He has. He averages around 10 points a game from long distance. He's able to make shots off the catch and shoot, and he's comfortable off the dribble. That's huge at the point guard position nowadays.
Pass to Miles. He feeds it to Ibaka. Ibaka drawing the double team. Outside DeRozan. Shoots a three. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Confident from beyond the arc now. This is the biggest thing that's changed in DeRozan's game.
Teague up top. High post shot. Count that one. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Lowry with the ball. Picked up by Teague. Teague against Lowry. Now here is Ibaka. He's covered closely. Shoots over Towns. Outside for Lowry. Raptors moving the ball around. To the middle. Ibaka down low. Defended by Towns. Second shot opportunity. Lowry's shot is good.
Lowry showing how crafty he can be with that hoop inside.
Teague against Lowry. Bogut. And Bogut slams it in.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Here is Lowry. For the three. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. Teague for 3. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
That's great court vision by Jimmy Butler. Really seeing the court well.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Lowry setting the pick for DeRozan. Back to Lowry. Fires from deep. It's Lowry again missing.
You know, he was looking for revenge, trying to match shots from distance.
Lowry against Teague. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
Can't convert, but a good opportunity from mid-range. He'll take that every time.
Lowry against Teague. Now here's DeRozan. Defense right on him.
And you have to be careful with Bogut roaming around. He's just a shot-blocking machine.
Shots good from Butler.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Valanciunas with a screen on Teague. Here's Lowry. And again, Toronto no up.
Lacking confidence right now in his offense. He's been shaky all period.
Outside Teague. Pass to Towns. Smitty, a lot of guys are great shooters because of how fast their release is, how quickly they get it off. Who has the quickest release, you think, right now in the league?
Klay Thompson, I think, is the quickest right now. Some other guys, J.J. Redick, Kyle Korver, those guys can get their shot off quickly. Jamal Crawford is not, per se, a three-point shot, but off the dribble in the mid-range. Anthony Morrow, those are some of the names I think that get it off the quickest. But Klay, I would say, is number one in my opinion.
When you played, did you try to work on that, getting it off quickly?
I think with my size, I didn't have to, Kevin, so I just wanted the guy to get as close as possible so I can shoot it right in his mug.
Here's Ezeli. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Major props to Ezeli to work his way inside there. His height and reach really puts defenses on their heels.
And you look at the Raptors, one of the top teams in the East, Greg, but do they have a chance to go all the way?
I think they're a threat to make the finals. Can they win it all? They may be a piece or two away, but still a young and aggressive core. They continue to try to add pieces, and this is a group that has proven they want to win and win now.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power, hammering down the two-hand slam. It's stolen by Jones. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Right against Jones. To the inside. And it's Gibson, that time on the assist by Jones. Gibson's got his first basket.
Well, not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Ezeli with it, working on Gibson. Gibson with the steal. And Zhang kicks to Wiggins. Dishes it to Gibson. In the corner, it's Zhang. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And now a 10-point Minnesota lead.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Ezeli a screen. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And the Raptors looking for a way to break through the East. Smitty, how do they get past the Cavaliers?
I don't know, Kevin. That's the question. As long as LeBron James stands in their way, it won't be easy. DeMar DeRozan said it himself. The key will be finding another star. In today's NBA, you need at least 3 stars to win. Woo, you know that's one he liked to have back. Point-blank range, and he missed it.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Zhang with the screen for Jones. The pass to Zhang. And finished off by Zhang.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
If you aren't going to at least step in front of him, you can't be surprised when he throws it down like that.
Powell for 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves. And now Jones running the floor all by himself.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
My opinion, it's been the commitment to pounding the ball inside. That's what's giving them the upper hand.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves, up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And Serge Ibaka, becoming known for his shooting ability now.
He trusts you every time he passes the ball.
Well, if you wonder how much difference a coach can make for a player, there it is. Huh?
You heard it in Serge's voice, too. That confidence has already been planted in him. That voice telling him, shoot the ball, is now in his own head. He's going to be just fine.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And, guys, we've seen a confident-looking Timberwolves team out there.
And, boy, I tell you, it didn't take them long to find their rhythm. Strong offense through 1.
Yeah, their scoring's been on point. They've got the early lead. Always feels good when that happens.
Wiggins and Zhang at the small forward and power forward spots. Crawford out there with Jones. And it's Gibson in at the 5 down low. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. And here is Powell. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Now Ezeli, 6 to shoot. And Gibson over to help. Siakam. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
A nice move, attacking in the paint with confidence.
Zhang with the screen for Crawford. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Crawford's got the lead up to 14 now for Minnesota.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And Wright kicks to Siakam. And Gibson sends it back.
Nice defense from Taj, one of the best rim protectors in this league.
Crawford, no one around him. Powell pulls it in.
The open mid-range jump shot. He knows he has to hit that one.
The NBA has so many incredible ball handlers in the league right now. Steve, you think of guys like Kyrie Irving, maybe the best handle that I've ever seen, and certainly Steph Curry. But Jamal Crawford is right up there with the best of them. He plays with the ball on a string.
Yeah, you're totally right. Jamal Crawford, longevity-wise and tricks of the trade when handling the basketball, he can embarrass you. Jamal Crawford loves to use his handles, and he's a showman out there. He got a good look from the mid-range area. He needs to shoot this one with more confidence.
Powell with it. Back to Ezeli. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Really good positioning inside from Ezeli. Got to get him the ball in that situation every time.
There's Crawford with the 3. Sinks the triple. Crawford's got 5.
This is what these perimeter plays are designed to produce. Quality looks for spot-on shooters.
And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, Karl Anthony Towns was voted by GMs last season as the player they most want to build a franchise around. But he is not resting on his laurels. He said, "I work hard on my game. I want to be the strongest player, the most intelligent player, and the most skilled player on the court at all times." Kevin?
Thanks, David. That work ethic will definitely help Towns get better. He's already a dynamite player.
And on the defensive side, just a failure to match up.
Well, the one thing you want to take away is anything at the rim. Just too easy.
Looking for Jang. He gets it there. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Now here's Jang. He has 5. Wiggins, right side. It's rebounded by Anunoby. Raptors trail by 13. Passes to Siakam. There's the killer two-handed slam.
You get a chance to see the elite court vision there. Excellent pass.
Crawford outside. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Shoots from the baseline. It's stolen by Ezeli. And here's the fast break. Here's Siakam. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. 8 points for him.
And that's how they're going to trim this lead. Play tough D, force some turnovers, and then push it in transition.
Jones drives in, and he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Timberwolves lead by 11.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off. That's what happens when nothing goes your way. You start to lose focus, and it makes matters worse.
Timberwolves leading by 11. It's Crawford with the drive. He dishes it to Gibson. And the rejection by Ezeli. Goes back up. And that one comes up a bit short. The Raptors have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. The shot by Powell, no good. The Timberwolves shooting 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively. And finished off by Jang.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Gibson. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Wiggins. Butler, he's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Teague for Jones. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Minnesota. Here's DeRozan, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, DeMar DeRozan grew up in Compton, idolizing Kobe Bryant. He's patterned his game after him as an isolation scorer, able to hit tough shots with a hand in his face.
And DeRozan always looking to get into his defender. He's got the size, Steve, and the athleticism to finish over the top.
And he has worked a lot on his ball handling and footwork. the master at the mid-range game. He's a bucket getter. In isolation plays, he's comfortable creating his own offense.
Back to Lowry. The three. That one, no good.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And the rejection by Ibaka. The shot by Butler, nobody around. Another miss by Minnesota. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka.
An unforced error. I'm not sure what was he thinking.
Timberwolves leading by 12. Here's Teague. He's got 5. Bogut the pass to Teague. Back to Bogut. The kick out to Teague. Feeds to Muhammad. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Bogut and the rejection by Valanciunas.
You see the length of Valanciunas on display with that block. Just went up and got it.
Now the dish to Lowry. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Lowry's got 5 points so far.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
And finished off by Bogut.
And Bogut does a fantastic job collecting himself before he rises up for a vicious dunk.
Lowry dishes to DeRozan. Back to Lowry. Outside DeRozan. And Ibaka kicks to Miles. Valanciunas inside. Bogut on him. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Timberwolves leading by 12. And Teague, here we go. Outside Butler. Screen by Bogut. Off the pick. From short range. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. 6 points for Bogut.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams. And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Timberwolves passing it around. 30 seconds left in the first half. Lowry against Teague. The drive by Lowry. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. That's on Jeff Teague.
When he gets into the lane, Kyle Lowry is so hard to predict, which is why he'll get to the line so often.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Kicks to DeRozan. The 10-footer. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul called on Minnesota.
And when you have DeRozan looking to drive, it's hard to slow him down without committing a foul.
Both free throws good from DeRozan. 7 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Teague the pass to Bogut. Back to Teague. No good trying to beat the buzzer.
Lowry isn't the biggest.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Ernie Johnson joined by Kenny the Jets. It's Minnesota out in front at the half. They are leading by 12. How about you, Shaq? What'd you think about Minnesota?
You know what, Ernie? I got to stand up on this one. I salute to their bench. Man, once the starters came out, man, the others just came.
And that's all we can do for now.
The buildings of downtown Minneapolis all lit up on this lovely evening. Welcome back, everyone. Timberwolves leading by 12. You know, Smitty, you had a long career. What was it, 14, 15 seasons you played for the Spurs, who've led the way on resting players and certainly extending their careers.
Yeah, it is, Kevin, but it's hard for me because I look at it as from a fan standpoint. When I played and now, You know, you have that kid and his dad coming to the game, and he doesn't get a chance to see that star player. And a lot of times there's 2 or 3 guys that sit out. I understand the rest is needed because it's a long term, but I wish guys could find a way, and coaching staff and organization, maybe have rest days as far as practice, but let the guys play because kids want to see their stars play.
Right, but in the middle of your career, are you thinking, hey, I want to play long term, so this rest is good? Or are you saying, forget the rest, I want to play?
I just want to play. I mean, I think one thing is I never thought about long term. I just wanted to play the game that was in front of me, the practice that was in front of me, the preseason game that was in front of me. You just wanted to play.
And on the floor for Dwayne Casey, starting the second half. Miles and Ibaka, the small and power forwards. The talented Lowry and DeRozan pair in the backcourt. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5 spot. And Greg, you wouldn't expect it from a Coach Thibodeau team, but defense was an issue for the Timberwolves last year.
And the Wolves brought in Butler to help with offense, but more importantly, his defense. And Butler, familiar with what Thibs likes to do on both ends of the floor, has the leadership the team needs, particularly on the defensive end.
Teague against Lowry. Puts it up from 12. Good on the jump shot. That's 7 points for Jeff Teague.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Miles, and it's sent back by Bogut. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Butler dishes to Muhammad. Butler in the corner. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got his 5th assist in this one. Outside DeRozan. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the 3rd quarter. Shot clock at 6, and finished off by DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan, so athletic, rising up to slam it home. Great finish.
Outside Butler. Lays it up off the glass. Butler's got 9.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Teague against Lowry. Back to Ibaka. Towns with the defensive effort.
You know, coming out of the half, you want to set the tone for the rest of the game, but going 1 for 4 is the wrong way to do it.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Down low. Here's Valanciunas, and it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
You know, he attracts a lot of defensive attention, and that enables Lowry to create open looks for his teammates.
Teague kicks to Bogut. Back to Teague. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the 3rd here. Ibaka, the pass to Lowry. Off target from 3-point range.
He's being aggressive, trying to turn around the team's fortunes, but he's having a hard time executing.
Butler against Lowry. And it's Butler missing. Raptors trail by 19. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, analytics has taken over the NBA, but Minnesota coach and president of basketball operations Tom Thibodeau says it doesn't tell you everything. He said analytics can measure a lot of things, but it's very difficult to measure drive. The magic is in the work. Kevin?
And Tom Thibodeau makes a good point, D.A. Analytics is certainly helpful, but it doesn't capture everything.
Sharing the basketball. Plenty of guys talk about it, but not everyone does it.
And Ibaka, a cornerstone player for 7 years in Oklahoma City, but they trade him away to Orlando and subsequently traded to Toronto.
You thought he would have a bigger role in OKC under Billy Donovan, but it didn't happen. He wasn't content to just spot up and wait for the basketball. And they thought he might leave in free agency, so they looked to get value in return.
Lowry kicks to Miles. DeMar DeRozan on the wing. 11 points in the game. Back to Miles. Clock at 6. Lowry inside the line. That shot is off. Great D that time from Teague. Ibaka against Towns. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
Great defense by Serge, a tremendous athlete, blessed with insane length and leaping ability.
And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. And that'll be his third foul so far.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Minnesota leading by 19. T kicks to Towns. It's good. Towns has got 7 points.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Lowry dishes to DeRozan. Out to Ibaka. Toronto working the ball around now. Here's Valanciunas. Minnesota with the rebound. Bogut's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Outside Teague. And it's slammed in by Teague.
And there you see the speed of Teague. Always keeps defenders backpedaling.
Lowry against Teague. Right side Lowry. Here's DeRozan. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. The shot by Muhammad. Nobody around. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Muhammad's got his 2nd basket of the game. Lowry kicks to Ibaka. Ibaka drawing the double team. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Bogut with the ball. Teague against Lowry. And here is Teague. 9 points in the game so far. Over Lowry. Misses off the left iron. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And a lot of speculation, Greg, this past summer for where Kyle Lowry would end up. Ultimately, he decides to stay with Toronto.
Yeah, you know, Lowry visited other teams but felt he had unfinished business in Toronto and teams up with DeRozan so well. Just a great fit for both sides when you look at it.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. A new group in now for the Raptors. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Pascal Siakam comes in for Serge Ibaka. Anunoby, he's checked in for C.J. Miles. And Norman Powell subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. Minnesota's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the 3rd quarter. Jones drives in, kicks it out to Gibson. And the rejection by Ezeli. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Right, he's checked in for Kyle Lowry. Jones against Wright. To the left side wing. The Timberwolves have shot 3 of 6 at the foul line. And the first one drops.
I love the complementary aspect of this group now. You know, you've got the young talent, but you've brought in some veteran leadership here for the Timberwolves. The duo of Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns kind of gave the confidence to them to go out and acquire a superstar in his prime like Jimmy Butler. How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
And Greg, the core of this Timberwolves team is Wiggins and Towns. And, you know, rarely do you get to see 2 #1 overall picks team up early in their careers.
And how about back-to-back years, no less. But I consider Jimmy Butler kind of a foundational piece as well. He's in the conversation for the best shooting guard in our league.
The offensive rebound. Gibson passes to Jang. Jones, no one around him. And the 3 ball is good. Jones has got 7.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Coming out of the break, they've relied on their perimeter offense to generate points. Right now, it's working.
Here's Crawford. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 7.
The quickness of Jamal Crawford really taking it to the rim with determination.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. The Timberwolves on top, running away with it. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. And from the most recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Dwayne Casey.
Don't give in.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Raptors shooting poorly, just 35% so far. Wiggins and Jang at the small forward and power forward spots. Jones is out there with Crawford, and it's Gibson in at center locking down the middle. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Pass to Siakam. The feed to Powell. Here's Anunoby. Back to Powell. Here's the three. Rebound by Jang. Minnesota's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. Crawford dishes to Jones. And Jang kicks to Jones. Now here's Jang. D right on him. And he gets the bucket. Jones has got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Minnesota.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, this lead has snowballed. Credit their killer instinct for piling on.
Crawford outside. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. And another three for Minnesota.
And this is his shot. You give him that much space, you're asking for trouble.
And the problem is you're already way behind. Obviously, your closeouts are ineffective. You're in trouble.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Kicks it out to Crawford. From 17 feet out. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. That's 7 points for Andrew Wiggins. Wright, the pass to Ezeli. Back to Wright. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Can they get it? Drills it from outside.
This is what these perimeter plays are designed to produce. Quality looks for spot-on shooters.
Crawford kicks to Gibson. Back to Crawford. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Smitty, you call college basketball games as well. We know you had a terrific career in East Lansing with Michigan State. We're starting to hear from some players, Ben Simmons for one, critiquing the college basketball system for the financial setup and the stringent eligibility rules. Do you give any credence to these complaints? Is the kid right? What changes you think might be made? It's a loaded question with a lot of answer, I'm sure, to it. But it's certainly on the tip of a lot of people's tongue right now.
And I think it should be. You've had some coaches coming out and saying there's some kind of way to be able to change this system and be able to benefit some of these players. I look at it some way, Kevin, where there's some kind of way you have an insurance policy for these guys or some kind of way that they'll be able to finish their degree, even go on to finish their master's degree as long as they want from any college, not just the college they came from. And I also think some kind of way there should be some kind of financial stipend for these guys.
Back to Wiggins. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. Shoots over Powell. And Crawford with the basket on the assist by Wiggins. Crawford's got 4 points in the quarter.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Siakam. Jang defending, and he comes up with the deuce.
Attacking on the interior, I like that attitude.
Minnesota's gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. From the wing, Crawford, no luck. The Raptors have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Powell dishes to Wright. Doubled by Crawford, and Wright kicks to Powell. The three-pointer, no good.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Jones, the pass to Jang, kicks it out to Wiggins. The 11-footer, and too long on the shot.
And that can't happen. Missing the wide open chip shot.
Here's Anunoby. Powell for three. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Here's Crawford. Jang dishes to Crawford. Powell with the steal. Now the Raptors moving it up. Jumps up. And the dunk by Powell.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
When your defense translates into offense, it's a beautiful thing.
Here's Crawford. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
So much sharper, so much more efficient with his shot this half, just taking what the defense allows.
Here's Wright, and another basket for Toronto. Timberwolves have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. On the wing, Jamal Crawford, guarded by Powell, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Crawford.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group.
Hey, close out on DeMar.
Crawford against DeRozan. No good, shot missing. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. Crawford drives in, and that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Here's the Raptors with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. Outside for Lowry. Hits the three-point bomb.
If Lowry gets his feet set under him on a catch and shoot like that, the odds are it'll go in.
Here's Crawford. Valanciunas on the double team, and the officials call a traveling violation. And it's the Raptors' ball. They're on an 18-6 run. And the foul called on Tyus Jones. That's his first foul. Lowry kicks to Miles. Toronto working the ball around now. Outside for Lowry. Rebound, Minnesota.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Crawford's got room. Wide open shot is on the money. Crawford's got 8 points in the quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Timberwolves.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Teague.
You know, when we talk about floor general, this is really what we mean. He was making the right reads, directing guys around, delivering passes that were on time and on point.
Crawford outside, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Wiggins against Miles. It's blocked. Now DeRozan. Here's Valanciunas.
And this run may make the score look a little more acceptable, but still a loss.
They could never put it together when it mattered. Just let too many opportunities slip through their fingers.
Wiggins. Again, Wiggins missing. Here's Toronto. 19-point game. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Jones against Lowry. And he comes up with the deuce.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Here's Crawford. Drains the 19-footer.
And this is the kind of deficit it would take a miracle to overcome.
I think this hometown crowd agrees with you. They are fired up about it. Well, this is what every coach emphasizes. Keep your head up, be willing to make the extra pass.
And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint.
David, thank you as always. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching.